Good morning, dear hearts. We're on lesson 339, one more, and we go into our next relevant special thought. What is a miracle? But right now we're dealing with what is the ego? And today's lesson is, I will receive whatever I request. And that is true. Whether I am receiving it from my holy mind or from my ego mind, I have requested it first. And I will always get what I want. Even sometimes when I get it, I don't want it. But I have asked, I have requested, I have received. No one desires pain, is how our lesson begins. But he can think that pain is pleasure. No one would avoid his happiness, but he can think that joy is painful, threatening, and dangerous. Everyone will receive what he requests. There's a couple of lines and stories that I've used the past several years. I've done this lesson. One is a line from Hamlet, that nothing is either good or bad, but thinking makes it so. We decide, we think about it, what we think about, we bring about. You know that one also. But we receive what we request, but often it's not really what we want. In and of itself, nothing has any meaning. It's entirely neutral. But what I think about the situation is how I will experience this situation. George Carlin talked about addiction in a documentary many years ago. And it's very indicative of what the ego does, because every addiction, like the ego, starts with pleasure and very little pain, because the ego wants to get us entrapped. So it offers us lots of things that we think we want. But the longer that we are enmeshed in the ego, the more that we realize that what we thought was giving us joy was really giving us pain. Oh, there's a little kitty cameo there over my shoulder. Buster. So everyone will receive what he requests, but he can be confused indeed about the things he wants, which happens with addictions, confused about it. I think I want this because I think this is going to give me great pleasure. But often I find out, in fact, always, with anything addictive, I will find out that there is only pain that is going to be offered to me after a certain amount of time. I have to become addicted to the addiction, and then the true colors of the addiction will show up, and I will realize this is not what I want. This is not what I thought it was going to be. That is all the ego ever does for us. It offers us something, but we figure out after an amount of time that this is not what I wanted. But to continue with the lesson, it says, but he can be confused indeed about the things he wants, the state he would attain. Confused. We are in conflict when we are working from our ego mind. As our lessons this past week have told us, that forgiveness will end the dream of conflict here. There is no conflict, for my will is yours. When my will is one with my Father's, there will be no conflict. But if I am in a state of confusion and in my ego mind, I will only be in conflict, because the ego deals in conflict. The ego deals in idolatry. The ego is insane, and it wants only for us to accept all that it offers, so that we too may experience the insanity of the ego, and we will be doomed to suffer and to end our little life in death. That is what the ego is going to offer us. I will receive what I request. Good news. As we had yesterday and the day before, my sinlessness protects me from all harm, and I'm affected only by my thoughts, and those I can change. What can he then request that he would want when he receives it? Okay, when I'm not in that state of confusion, what can I request that I will want when I receive it? I have been asked for what will, no, we'll go back to the third tense. He has asked for what will frighten him and bring him suffering. I have asked for what will frighten me and bring me suffering when I am asking my ego mind. Let us resolve today to ask for what we really want, and only this, that we may spend this day in fearlessness without confusing pain with joy or fear with love. I choose to spend this day in fearlessness. You may remember that from a while ago. We are mired down in ego thoughts. And when we are mired down in ego thoughts, we do not know what is real and what is not. Hopefully we go to those questions from lesson 71, that only God's plan for salvation will work. And you know those questions. Where would you have me go? What would you have me do? What would you have me say, and to whom? Those questions is where we go when we are confusing pain with joy. We go to the Holy Spirit. He has been provided for us for exactly this reason. We can be in conflict. We can be confused, but the Holy Spirit never is. So when I think that up is down and right is left and joy is pain and love is fear, I go to the Holy Spirit. And I ask. I will make no decisions on my own today. I will graciously allow the Holy Spirit to make all of my decisions. The second part of today's lesson is, Father, this is your day. It is a day in which I would do nothing by myself, and I always add, or of myself, but I would hear your voice in everything I do, because God's voice speaks to me all through the day, requesting only what you offer me and accepting only thoughts you share with me. Thoughts that are capitalized, thoughts that are eternal, thoughts that are filled with love and peace and joy, thoughts that are changeless, thoughts that are timeless, thoughts that will be mine forever and forever into eternity. I will accept only those thoughts today. And I will then receive whatever I request. But in this case, it will be exactly what I want. So that's it for today. I hope it helped. I hope it made sense. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please comment. Please smile for all of the wonderful gifts that will be received today. And listen for God's voice. And smile, breathe. Please be here tomorrow. Namaste.